Goths versus Chinese. I'm playing Chinese and we're on Hideout. My initial thoughts were on seeing Goths. What army composition am I going to go to? Chinese are of course better economically than Goths are. So Chinese will win as long as the army management and composition are equal. But Chinese like to go for archers, which aren't going to work against Huskarls. Or Chinese can go for cav, but Goths like to spam halberdiers and Huskarls together. So it's hard to go for just one or the other. So obviously throughout this time I was trying to think, okay, what army composition should I actually go for? I know at a high level, you just go archers. Goths economy is too bad, but I'm probably not reliably going to be better at managing my economy than the Goth player. So I don't want to do that. Slow this down. Oops. So his economy is being managed fairly well. At this point he's got a score lead. I'd put that down to just more scouting, because you get about 300 points from scouting the map, and I haven't been scouting at all. Where is he? Is he? Yeah. I thought he'd scouted more. Like, you still get 100 points from that extra scouting, but not too much more. So he is ahead in economy, I think. Yeah, I'm a Vil behind. So he's Goths and I'm Chinese, but I'm still one Vil behind, so I'm not managing my eco very well. And we'll see soon that he is at least a more structured and clean player. So I speed up again. So we're both going up to feudal at a similar time, and at this point nothing significant's happened. I'm scouting, I'm trying to figure out what he's going for. I figure it'll be Huskarls, but it might not be. I can't see anything. I get up to feudal first, but he's right behind me. And I'm kind of just messing around. I don't have any build order I'm following, so I haven't built any new buildings. Whereas he is following a build order. He's thrown up a market and a blacksmith immediately. I'm trying to break through his wall here to scout what's inside, just in case he doesn't stop me. He ends up stopping me, so I don't actually see anything. And he's already on the way to Castle Edge. So he's executed a build order, whereas I haven't, so I'm still on feudal age. I haven't even clicked up. I won't for a while. So I'm just sat here, 26 Vils, so I'm ahead because he's gone up to Castle. My eco will in the short term be better, but not for too long. And I know that if this gets to late game and he can just spam Huskarls and Halberdiers, there are little chance that I'll be able to beat him. So he walls me off there with his house. Now he's in Castle Age, immediately drops 2 town centers, so he wanted to boom. I didn't know he wanted to boom. I thought he would go 1 TC, make a castle, and be aggressive against me. But that ended up being, no, he was quite greedy. So I see he's gone up to Castle, and I go, oh no, I need to get up too, so I go up to Castle, but I'm still a few minutes behind him at this point. And this is when I figure out what army composition I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Knights, because they're the only thing that I can make reliably to kill Huskarls, and then I'm going to transition to Scorpions to kill the Pikemen or Halberdiers. I'm not sure that I could go for anything else. Ends up working out because he went so greedy. He left himself open. Seeing his uptime, I figured, okay, there's no way I can catch up economically. He's going to be ahead. He's already ahead in villages now, so he's caught up there. His eco upgrades are a bit behind, but he's going to have significantly more villages than I am pretty soon. He's made the mistake of putting down 3 town centers with only 6 farmers, so he's having a little bit of difficulty balancing his economy to keep those town centers working. However, I've only got 1 town center, I'm not even Castle Age yet. So I'm thinking, okay, research bloodlines while I'm going up, get my eco upgrades, put down a second stable and hope I can do something early Castle Age before he's able to transition his economy into military. So I've just hit Castle Age. I'm building a second stable to need more production. I take a couple bills off berries and figure, yeah, I need to forward him with a siege workshop because I need to be super aggressive. There's always a trade-off with going for more economy. He won't have the military that he would have had if he'd gone straight military. So I'm going to just accept that his economy will win him the game if I don't take him out now. And I start producing knights, and I plan to forward him with a siege workshop. So I see he has got a monastery, and he's walling himself off here. Again, I'm trying to break through and see if he lets me, but he doesn't. He leaves this gate and 64 HP. Now gate foundations don't have any armor, so the scout does its full damage to it, unlike other buildings. Not recent, but balance patch from last year. I see the monks exposed, so I go, I'll see if I can snipe it. I almost do, but he garrisons in the TC and I lose a scout. However, at this point the scout's not too important. I've got my vills down here making a siege workshop. I'm sending knights ready. I don't want to go in now, because if I go in now the monk will convert one and I'll just lose them. And I won't be able to build any momentum. And momentum is very important because that's the only thing that I have going for me at the moment, is the potential to build momentum earlier than he is, and hope that I can overcome his defenses and punish him for going for such big economy. I'm focusing on something else, and I get housed. I get housed a number of times because I'm not that good at managing things perfectly when I'm trying to make decisions, which I always am. So I have some inefficiencies. Of course he would too. He's housed as well. He's only got 53 villagers, and I've got 35. So it's a big gap, but not as big as it could be. See, I'm building a mangonel first, because a scorpion doesn't provide any offensive threat. Like, you can garrison a TC, and a scorpion can't do anything to a TC. And rams are difficult to make work early, because vills will just beat them down. Whereas a mangonel can do a lot of damage to villagers and TC, and it's at a range where you can defend the mangonel with knights. So I think it's important to go knights here, because they can kill the villagers trying to take out the mangonel. So he's caught unprepared. I only get one villager with a mangonel, a bit unlucky with those shots. He goes to try to take a mangonel out with his villagers. But I've got my knights nearby, so that's a good thing about knights. They can kill things pretty quickly. I've got two mangonels. Two mangonels on a TC is quite a big threat. At this point, he's probably panicking because he's got quite a considerable early game army, and he's got nothing. So he's thought, okay, maybe I'll go knights to counter mangonels. He's got a monk. He really should drop the relic and convert. He should be going full monks. He should be pumping out monks, add another one on the street, convert my knights, use the knights to snipe the mangonels, and keep booming. He doesn't do that. He wants to keep a relic, so he ends up losing that monk and that monk because he was greedy with the relic. Now I've got knights in his base. Mangonel's still taking down the TC. However, I was now greedy and took my knights away from the mangonel. So the spearmen are going to take them out, most likely. I didn't know what to do. I put my knights on stand ground because I didn't want them running off, but I'm new to using that stance, so it's a little unreliable. I lose one mangonel, but the other one survives. I take the TC out. I see he's making a castle, and I think, okay, I need to deny that, because if I don't, he's going to have a skull soon. I try to get the mangonel to shoot on the villagers. However, for some reason I can't click the villagers themselves. It just targets the castle. So I don't end up killing what I'm trying to kill, which is unfortunate. I still get some villagers with my knights, but now they're getting shot by arrows and I need to move out of the way. I figure, okay, I need to just push in forward and see if I can kill something. You're going to take that mangonel out. Fortunately for me, he didn't wall his woodline, so now I've got knights in his base, and he's got no military. He's still got 55 villagers, so 10 more than me now, because I've been producing villagers out of my 1 TC consistently, and not losing any. Whereas he has been producing villagers out of 3 town centres, now 2, and losing heaps. So now he's gone pikeman, but 1 for 1, a knight will kill a pikeman. So I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'll continue to fight these villagers with a pikeman nearby. If I can dampen his economy numbers to a significant point below mine, he'll lose the economical momentum he built over me, and I may be able to maintain the military momentum. Particularly because my economy is going to be more efficient than his, because I'm not garrisoning them. I want to save my knights. I decided that I just need to kill these pikemen, because those knights will win that fight, and go back in with them. Kill more villagers. As I prepare more siege. So I'm a little unsure of what siege I want to make. I'm making rams, I'm making scorpions. Yeah, because I need a couple of rams to break through buildings. Mangonels could work, but mangonels won't do it as fast as rams, they're easy to snipe. Scorpions are important against the pikemen, but terrible against the castle. So I'm a bit indecisive, and in the end I decide, oh, I just need a raid. So I continue to produce knights as much as I can. I had a couple TCs because I figure I may not be able to kill him here, but I've killed enough villagers that his economy is not better than mine anymore, and I was correct, his economy is worse than mine considerably. However, he's in the Imperial Age, so I'm not sure how much he's got behind this, because if he can start pumping out Huskars and Halberdiers, then he can still easily kill me, because Huskars could wipe the siege and run rampant through my base. I don't have anything to stop them if they get a numbers advantage over my knights. I make a few Scorpions, but I make the mistake of not defending them with knights. Scorpions can kill Huskars, but they don't do it very well, and they need support. Fortunately though, my knights are killing more villagers, so even though we're not defending the Scorpions, which I need, the economy situation is looking better and better for me. I'm just continuing to put out knights, and I will soon mass Scorpions. So I'm bringing more villagers forward soon. Yeah, more villagers now. To build more siege workshops, because I really want a big blob of Scorpions, so that my knights can't be killed by his pikemen, because he's Goths, of course, he can bank pikemen very rapidly and overcome my knights quite easily. However, now he's got resource issues. He doesn't have enough resources to build them, doesn't have enough wood for the farms, doesn't have enough wood to put down new barracks, and he doesn't really know what to do at this point. He's just massing pikemen, trying to at least. I should have sent my rams against that barracks earlier, but I didn't think about it. I was worried that it'd be taken out. He figures he needs to go in now and take out the knight before I build up. Probably a mistake. He needs to be defensive and wait for me to make a mistake, because at this point I'm ahead, and if I don't make a mistake, I will win. At this point, like, I thought that his economy was much better than it was, and it's usually good to assume that. So I'm just trying to build up my army, maintain constant production, not let my stables go idle, or my siege workshops. I'm making siege workshops. At this point I'm worried about how many pikemen he has. I don't know how much he has. I figure it'll be enough to kill my knights. And I'm figuring that he's going to have Huskars too. As soon as my knights die, I'm assuming that he's going to raid my base with Huskars. I'm going to lose. It's not true. He doesn't really have any Huskars. Can't afford them. Only 1 vill on gold, so he can't be making Huskars with that. Just a lot of, well, not even a lot of pikemen, a few pikemen. He's trying to reboom his economy. Maybe a mistake at this point. He's going to lose before those new fields pay off. Though, he's just in a bad position as it is. So I go in some rams, trying to take out that market to open up his woodline again. I guess ideally he should have tried to move out villagers to take woods elsewhere and hope I don't scatter, because I was thinking maybe I should scout more, because I don't know if he's got villas elsewhere. So now I'm coming in with my scorpions and my knights, and the knights alone could kill this army. I'm worried about the castle shooting the scorpions, but ultimately it doesn't matter. We've got more than enough. He's got one knight, but that won't do the job. Yes, now he's got no military, and I'm going to take out this market and kill all of his villas in his wood line again, and then he won't have anything. GG comes. So, yeah, that game was mostly about, okay, I'm playing Chinese. Chinese will do any army, basically any army composition. Goths are a specialist. How can I problem solve how to beat their army? Because Huskars are a unit that can be quite extreme. I didn't want to go crossbows, like usually with Chinese, probably want to go crossbows into Chikunu, but that won't work against Goths very well. So I figured, okay, a strong melee unit like a knight is good, but knights need support. Knights need support against pikemen, and they need support against monks, which scorpions can provide. You need the mass scorpions for them to be effective. Once you've got 7 of them like they will kill pikemen very effectively, and then the knights will kill everything else. And also recognizing that your opponent's got a better macro, like his execution was much better than mine. He got up much faster than I did, built an economy better than I did. But just being able to recognize and having the game sense, okay, if your opponent's gone full boom, full economy, then you need to go full military and punish them before they've got a military. Likewise, if your opponent's going a full aggression, military numbers really high early game, like say they try to scout rush with 8 scouts, and you're slightly slower to field age, then you have to wall up, defend, and build your economy, and play the long game. So recognizing what your opponent's doing and game planning around it won me this game, because he would have won, no doubt, if I'd stayed at my base and boomed, which is my initial thought upon seeing the matchup. But yeah, I was able to counter his strategy because he was just too greedy. It looks like he was trying to play it like Arena, where you've got stone walls, but Hideout's got wood walls, so it's not quite as safe.